Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. This is Stamping 101 and I think we're on episode 4. So today what we're going to be doing, it will be simple layers. So we're going to do 2 quick cards. We're going to start from the scratch. I'm going to bring my paper cutter here. And we're going to do simple 2 cards, just a little bit different layer. Our base of our card's going to be pink perlette. So we're going to cut it what I call on the short way at 5.5, and that was one of the first episode. I think it was the first one out to cut our paper. So we will make 2 cards. The base will be pink perlette. Our next layer's gonna be black, and we're gonna do 2 different ones. So we're gonna, the first layers, we're gonna cut it, we're just gonna do a quarter increment, the difference in our layers. So we're gonna cut it at 4 1/4. So again, it's 4 1/4 that we're gonna cut it. That's our first layer. And then we're gonna take this, turn it around, and cut it at 4. So I'm going to repeat this. So our base of the card is just our regular cardstock cut right in 2. It's 5.5. We're going to fold this in 2. I should use my bone folder there. Okay, so when you cut your cardstock in half, fold it in 2, your surface, it is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So we want to decrease a 1/4 inch. So we're going to go this way at 5 1/4 and this way at 4. This is what exactly we just cut. So then we get our layer. Now for the next step on top of this, remember we're just doing simple layers. It's another 1/4 inch smaller. So we were at 5 1/4. We're going to go at 5. And remember, I keep the same length of the paper. I mean, the same way that I cut the paper, so then you would fit more on a sheet. Like this, I could fit 4 top, the last layer. And the black, I could have 4 layers too, as long as you go the same way. I cannot come here and cut at 4 because then it's going to be all messed up. So now remember, we're cut a 1/4 inch. When we're at 5 1/4, we're going to go at 5. Whoops. So 5. And the other way around, we were at 4. So we're going to go at 3 3/4. Voila. So now we get simple layers. I could have, just put this layer and stamp right on that, but I figure I might as well do 2 at the same time. Now let's do another layer, but this time let's decrease by 1/2 inch. And again, this is all the basic. So I'm going to take this piece of the black that was left over. Okay, we were at, we want to decrease by 1/2 inch. So when I fold my cardstock in 2, it is 5.5 by 4 1/4. So we want to decrease by 1/2 inch. It's going to be 5. And then 4 1/4, we decrease by 1/2. If you look at this, that would be 1/4 and then 1/2. You count the big lines there. So 3 3/4. Now this is going to be here. The next layer, we're going to decrease again by 1/2 inch. So we were at, let me make sure I don't ruin my paper. We were at 5, so we're going to go at 4 1/2. And then we were at 3 3/4. Decrease, that's 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3 1/4. So then, voila. You see, you get a bigger frame around it. So it doesn't matter. If you want it the same size all around for your frame, you're going to decrease the same amount on the long way and then on the short way. So now let's do quick I'm looking if I get my tape here. I get this, but not let me reach for a tape printer here. Now, before we tape it, I always like to stamp first. So we're going to stamp both of them at the same time. And I grab quick Summer Silhouette, because that's a stamp set that it's easy, just one stamp set. I didn't even bring a greeting on that. I'm going to start with the background. Look, this was not even put together. I won't even bother putting the... we're going to make it fit. I didn't even bother to bring what it's called, sentiment. Here we go. Now we're going to start with the black. Going to put this all about here, right on this side. I don't know if it's straight or not, but we're going to call it good. Ooh, that's pretty good. And then I'm going to do the other one. I went off a bit. Here we go. Okay, this was with our black stays on. Let me reach for my cleaner. I just grab a topper, that's it here. Now, we're going to do our flowers. We're going to do the stem first. And we're going to do the stem in Pure Pizzazz. One thing that I didn't show you when I talk about the ink pad, it's how to open this here. You push and flip, and then it locks. So when you want to close it, you pull it all the way, flip it, and close it. I'm going to show again. You just push it, flip it, and push. And another thing that was asked from the last video, how to store your ink pad. Okay, Stampin' Up came up with the right way to do the ink pad, I would say, because you want the ink to stay on top. So when you close it, see your pad stay on the top. So the flip one, I call this the flip one. Then you're going to store it that this is the face up. So, because look, your pad, it's right on the top there when you close it. So your ink stay on the top. Like the stays on or the Encore, the one that get the flip, not the flip, but the one that you pull, that I say store it upside down. And the reason why I say store it upside down, so then again, your foam or your felt there stay upside down when you store them, so then the ink gonna stay on the surface, because if it take a long time before you use it, the ink gonna want to go down. So this way, when you store it with the pad facing down, your ink gonna stay on the surface of the pad. I hope I didn't confuse you too much. Okay, now let's do a little flower here. I'm gonna put this right here, and then here's another one. You know what, I need a greeting on that. Let me reach quick for a greeting, and I'm gonna reach for, I grab Blooming with Kindness. So I'm gonna put warm wishes on your birthday. So now we're done with this. Now we're gonna take this little doodad here and add some little petals. And this here, it's kind of a two-step stamping. Coming up soon, my episode's going to be two-step stamping. I think next week I'm going to do the two-step stamping, and I'm going to show you how to use the Stampin' This I just eyeball it, that's it. And then we're going to take our greeting. And I think the greeting's going to be, in the green. Let me see how straight I am or not straight here. Oh, when my stamp want to fall off, I just use a bit of snail on my, so then that's going to take care of it falling down. So I like to do my sentiment on a piece of scrap paper first and see how, if it's mounted correctly or not. So now I'm going to come right here, a little bit higher. That seemed right. Oh, perfect. Let's see if we can get the other one as perfect. Oh, that's very good. That's lucky here. Okay, now I decide that I want to add just a little bit more. I got this little flower here that I'm going to add. I'm just going to stamp off. What I mean by stamp off, I'm going to take this here, stamp off on the paper, and I'm going to go here. See, it's very, very light. I'm just going to add 3 of that right in the corner here. Super light. This one, I won't do nothing. Now we're ready to mount our cards. So what I like to do, it doesn't matter how you do it, just you can start from here. I like to mount this on my backer that I call. So I'm going to put snail. You can use snail or you can use glue, whatever you prefer. I'm a snail person because it goes fast. And the way that you change this, you just, it's little arrow there, you just squeeze this. This go in the trash when it's done, and you keep that, and then you just put a new one. I had a little bit of glue there, and this, let's say this is your new one, it's just click right there. Now that I got those 2 layers, I'm gonna take this, put it on top. And I always say, when you get your when you're stamping your card, you might as well take your envelope and do your envelope right away that match. So I would take this and I would stamp my envelope right away that match. So then when you come to mail it, voila. And then I would take my pink here and do my envelope that match. This way, when you come to mail it, your envelope, it's already decorated. Voila. So I would take this when I store it away, and I would put this in here. You can decorate the inside too, so you might as well, I would do maybe a little flower inside. You know what? I wouldn't do this. I think I would do the pink one, pink on pink, with the bigger flower there, and I would just do a little border. Voila. So just decorate it. You can put a sentiment inside, a greeting, whatever. So this is it, how that I do the simple layers. So next week, it's going to be another episode on Wednesday of Stamping 101. Hope that I'm getting you started at making greeting cards. For all information, visit my blog at FrenchieStamps.com. Thank you.